Hello everyone, and welcome to C-View Quantum Network. I'm your presenter Daniel, and I'm here with producer and host Claudia Pareco. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to release the biggest blocks holding you back from your deepest desires? If so, you're listening to the right show. The Secret Power of You, with special guest Terrie Christine. Throughout our highly viewed shows, you and all high vibrational listeners will journey to your subconscious mind, a very powerful and mysterious force. To identify what has been holding you back, release it, to confidently walk in the direction of your dreams, goals, and intentions. As an intuitive energy healer and psychic medium, Terrie Christine is able to connect to the source of the block, tell you when this block was created, by whom, how old you were, and a description of the occurrence. Together, we will shift that energy out of your existence to allow room for the energy of what you desire in your life. Call for free at 805-830-8344 and wait in line or use Take My Call, and for $11 you can jump the long list of callers. Do so at www.paypal.me/PURECO/11, and then please PM or email Claudia Pareco with the phone number you'll call the show at cview1111@gmail.com. Terrie will assist in helping to point out what you cannot easily see for yourself, to heal and guide towards wholeness and well-being. As your intuitive energy healer, Terrie Christine accelerates the awakening process by providing resources and tools to help you move even further along towards the life you want most. To contact Terrie Christine directly, please visit www.terrichrisTine.com. Tune in Mondays and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time to C-View and listen to all our shows. For more information, visit cview1111.net and look under seasonal shows. Are you ready to raise your vibration into a new blueprint of creation and feel a sense of knowing that your life is transformed into an easier way to live? Get ready. Set your intent to be chosen from the list of callers and join us in welcoming Terrie Christine.
Thank you, Danny, and welcome everybody to C-View 2022, The Secret Power of You. Today's episode, Stop Watering Dead Flowers and Moving Out of Procrastination. When I started listening to this topic to feel the energy behind the topic of today, I asked myself, or I ask everybody here, are you the queen or king of dead plants? I used to think that I was the king of dead plants, literally, like you cannot give me a plant to take over because it will die. I apologize to them beforehand. When people give it to me, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm going to try. But then I saw the meaning behind what it really means. So it is easy for us to stay in the habit of giving and giving and giving our energy away to certain things, projects, jobs, or people. But we have to remind ourselves to ask, is this the best use of my energy? What makes today's show with Terrie Christine extra special is that it is so much more than just information that you can retain through your intellect. Today, there is an opportunity to go so much deeper. You will actually be receiving transmissions from the highest levels and anchoring those to the deepest states of infinity. At the end of today, you will come away with incredible tools to add and understand understanding that will propel you to move out of procrastination and to step into action now. Did you know that Terrie Christine is now appearing on TV? Yes, she is. Let's congratulate her because she's getting bigger and bigger. Every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, you can watch her and her techniques and how awesome she is in the program Love and Marriage DC. This is in OWN. But let's bring Terrie so she can tell us more about that, all that entails, and we're going to take callers. Hey, Terrie.
Hi, Claudia. Oh, my gosh. It's funny. I've been with you for so long. I mean, I feel like you're my family, and how we have grown together, and here I am. I'm a master manifester, and, I am on Love and Marriage DC. They mentioned me at the first episode. We're at number 6. And so you'll be able to see me working with the couples on episode 6. It's found on the OWN network, which is the Oprah Winfrey Network. And it has been just a amazing journey to be on, to showcase the work that I do, and for others in this realm with energy, as an energy healer, and as a people, label psychics as being really weird and, the 8-ball years and years and years ago. But it's nothing like that. We provide guidance. We give you the answers. We empower you, the work that I do here on this show, and even face-to-face with my clients in the Metro D.C. area. I can heal, when they come to me with physical pain is just simply an emotional block that's triggered in there, and it's turned into something people are feeling. And then the aspect of feeling like you can't get off the hamster wheel from hell, you're attracting the same old person, places, things, lack of money, lack of whatever, and it's just the limiting beliefs that's subconscious. And this is what I've always been sharing every 3 months here on the show for Seaview. But to be able to let people understand that this is more than just what you mentioned. It's more than just a message. It is an empowerment so that you can reclaim who you really are and who you know you are. So thanks. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and it is. I was watching some of the little pieces of the show. I love the expression of the people that you help with. They are like, how does she know? How can she feel? Like, I love that expression because that's what when I'm here with you, Terrie, and we are with callers, it's almost like I can see their faces like, what? Really? Or the disbelief is that someone can get it so right like you.
Yeah, well, 16 years of practice and trusting. That's the biggest factor. You'll find other types of people that do the work I do, and they may hesitate or question or have some doubt, but I trust it 100%, and someone can say, I'm not sure, and it's their subconscious, or no, in this space, it's their conscious space because they don't remember the subconscious when they picked it up. I do, because that's where I'm working from. And so even if you don't remember, I know. And then we just, move forward from there. But, yeah, it's interesting. When people think reality series and what they used to see with, multiple other shows, that, people think, oh, it's all staged or it's, cut or written out. But, no, the show I'm on is not staged at all. When I started working with the main cast members, which is Monique and Chris Samuels, they were and still are my clients before the show and during the show, and still are now. I just saw her a couple of days ago, Monique, and it's truly where she wants, because she was on Real Housewives of Potomac, so that's where you found her or heard of her name. But it truly is, she wants to change it. It's not drama, trauma. It's about what husbands and wives are going through, and then introducing me. I help unveil why they're triggering each other, because, husbands and wives will get into an argument back and forth, and then it escalates, and they they just feel it, but they don't really understand other than saying that person is telling me that. But it's the feeling from your childhood that's being bubbled up, and it's an opportunity, but it's what they see with their physical eyes that puts us in the vortex of going down and going into further arguments with the other person. So when they introduced me into the show, I am telling each of the couples what's going on, why you're triggering, and then how to address it. And so when we started, all the producers sat with me and chatted just to see if I was real, right, just like the rest of you listeners, right? And because they had never met me, Monique worked with me. And so I did a little, magic on them and blew them away. And so when it came to the recording time, they said, it's Terrie time. Literally 6 cameras in front of me, and I just magically started doing it. I did not meet the others in advance. I only knew Chris and Monique. I met those individuals an hour before, and we did not sit down and talk. They went right into filming where I was. So they did some filming separate, and then they did it with me where we were doing it as a group. So for some of you that do watch reality shows, there are several. I'm not sure. Like even I have to bring up Kim Kardashian because I actually kind of I like her as a woman and a mother. And, she has also changed her platform since they've moved to Hulu, and she wants more real. And so I'm finding, now they do edit some things and things like that, but people are now saying, I'm done with this, arguments, fights. It sounds so canned, so fake. We want more of you and who you are. And so you're going to find more of these shows or new shows that are real and presenting themselves, because then you can relate to it, and it's going to help you understand so that you can, empower yourself through another person's life. So that's what the show is about. So thank you.
You're welcome. And we know that oneness means that sometimes while one is being worked on, and I mean in the right way, you can heal as well. So you are listening to this show. When you replay, know that the energy of healing goes through time and space. It's not a casualty that you are here. There's a reason why you're here today listening to Terrie. And on these episodes where we are going to release everything that is blocking our way from moving out of procrastination, we're going to stop watering dead flowers. And with that, are we ready for our first caller of the day, or is there anything else that we want to know before we go that way?
Yeah, so, and thank you, Claudia, for asking. And I wanted to just set the tone here. When a person thinks about themselves and say, yeah, I'm the worst procrastinator, or whatever you want to label yourself, it's not your personality. It's what has been embedded within to create that personality. So you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to say that you have owned it from the experience, and then you're saying, that's my personality. So you're owning it. But when you decide that you don't want to own that anymore, it can be shifted. Now, if it's a programmed pattern from years of seeing your parents do certain things that can create that procrastination, then, yeah, it's going to take more than just saying, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Because then you have to feel safe and to change that perception of what you think the end result is going to be that's keeping you from stepping into it and continuing to do it. But it also can show up in other ways that procrastination can be created, and not just what you think that, oh, I decide I'm just going to wait and I'm busy doing something else, and that something else might be sitting on the couch. But the fear of success can turn into procrastination. Yes, some people are fearful of succeeding, and of course you have on the opposite end a failure, not being good enough. And I see that quite often in my clients because of whatever the parents were telling them or talking to them or how it was being projected to them, that they don't want to do it because they don't think that it's going to be good enough. Many people, I hear it when they're writing a book. I just heard it with a client right before the show here. She's in the middle of the book, and she's like, I don't know if I'm good enough. That was exactly who's going to hear me. That's procrastination, too. Or the fear of, like, who's really wanting to hear me, listen to me, want me, right? So those are some of the various ways that it can appear in your life that can turn into procrastination. So, all right, let's take the caller. I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. So let's go with Mary in North Carolina.
Hi, Terrie. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. I'm so grateful to be connected with you today. I really don't know what to ask. Can you tune in to me and tell me what and see what I need?
You're so precious. I love you. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I love that giggle, too. All right, hold on, Mary. So you're obviously, with that giggle, you're so fun. Like, people around you, I don't see you running around with lots of stressors and pushing people into doing things with you. But when you sashay into the room and you sit down, you're so fun. You're cute. We all want to listen to you, and we want to sit next to you. So that's the personality I'm getting out of you. But I'm going to dive deeper. I just wanted to let you know I was picking that up in the giggle. So give me 1 minute here. So I just asked Mary, I went, what is her biggest concern, or what is on her mind? I went, love, money, no, health. Oh, and I felt it in my stomach and my heart. And I kind of, my energy just went down a little bit. So what can happen? A person can say to themselves, oh, I'm doing pretty good. My health is pretty good. However, I'm getting older, and then when you're getting older, your circle of friends will be in that same age bracket, and so you may be the one that's, riding a bike or eating more healthy and just a healthier lifestyle, when some others may not be in the same lifestyle, and then they start complaining about aches and pains, and then the first thing we go is, oh no, I hope I don't have that, and I don't want to do that, and the next thing that starts, something happens, and then we start going into our mind that takes us down into, oh, woe is me, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? So first off, that's not going to happen, only unless you want it to, and you're bringing it in, meaning the thoughts inside your head. So stop thinking it and believe that you are a perfect specimen on this planet. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't believe in myself, if I didn't say that I am magnificent, and that's not ego. I am. I love myself, and each one of you should as well. We have to love ourselves first before we can love anything or anyone else. So number one, love self. And so, Mary, for your health, I feel like, are you something going on with your left hip?
Yeah.
Or are you feeling it in, back hip, in that area?
I've got full health issues, and I've been feeling the pain in my right hip, but that might just be radiating from the other one. Yeah. I don't know, but I was seeing a chiropractor for a while that was really helping, but I need to start seeing him again. But yeah, I have multiple health issues.
Yeah. So, I think, didn't we talk about that one time? About your health?
I think so. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
now that it's dawning on me, I didn't remember until you started talking about that. And I was talking about when a person has multiple health issues, the first thing they think of, just sort of similar like a job when you have all these deadlines and piles of paper are right in front of you, the first thing we think of is, how am I going to get all of this done? How am I going to meet my deadlines? Well, if you have multiple health issues, which one should I choose first? Which piece of the puzzle do I address so that I start feeling better so that I can address the others? Well, I just say pick one. And then know that when you're, okay, so the body is an emotional state of art. Let's put it that way. And when we are thinking things that put us into negative territory, the bottom, the body, the bottom of the body, funny, the body is going to respond. So it's going to respond in various aches and pains or things like that. Now someone can say, well, I just stepped off a curb and I twisted my foot. Well, if you are very present in your thoughts, you will see that within that last 3 months before you stepped off the curb, that your thoughts could have been you broke up with a person and you really want to get back with them, and you keep thinking over and over, how can I get back with them, and you step off the curb. So foot represents moving forward. And if you're always thinking about going back to get someone, then the universe said, no, you're going to move forward. So you got this cosmic 2x4, and then your foot ends up having a problem. That's moving forward. That actually happened to me similar to the story. It wasn't stepping off a curb, but I was walking very fast on a treadmill. I'm in perfect state of health. And I was walking very fast, and I'm like, and all of a sudden, a tweak I felt in my foot. And I'm like, what? And I didn't turn it twisted. I wasn't running. I like to walk very fast. And I could not. I had such pain for like weeks. But what I was doing, I had broken up with someone, and then I spent weeks and weeks about how I wanted to talk to him, how I wanted to get back with him, and then when that happened, I actually said I deserve that because I caused it to myself. And I kind of chuckled, even though it hurt, and I said, all right. And I immediately decided it was done, and I was over, and I was starting to move forward. So we really have to be present in what we're thinking. So hip represents support, left side mom, right side dad, or left side feminine, right side masculine. Back represents life is a pain in the butt. And so if you have a combination, usually when and if your life is out of balance, spine represents balance and alignment. So with the spine, if something gets out of alignment and the root where your tailbone is, that's your foundation. So if your foundation, meaning your relationship or your house or just your whole being, is out of alignment, then your back is going to start hurting in various different ways. And your hip is going to start hurting because your life is not supporting you. So then you can go on and on with various different parts of your body that will reflect on what's going on. So the procrastination for you is get out of your head. We have to stop thinking so much and start feeling more. And know that the past is nothing we can recreate, change, or even want back. We must move forward to expand and grow, and that's the reason why we're here. I hope that helps, Mary.
Oh, wow, that's tremendous. Thank you so much. Yes, that really does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I related to everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so now
Awesome.
we're going to go with Barbara from Illinois. And thank you, Mary, for calling.
Hi.
Hey, Barbara. How can I help you?
Thank you for taking. Well, I would have procrastination around keep pursuing my spiritual path and or career.
My love. So I feel like you have a combination of things. We're not a one-size-fits-all, and sometimes it's just not one thing. I immediately, when you said spiritual career, I heard money, and then I heard not good enough, and then where am I going to go from here, right? And so when a person starts listening to others, that's like the end-all, be-all, because when it comes to going into a a spiritual journey to turn it into a career, you're going to get quite a few people that are going to tell you various things, including your family members sometimes. But you almost have to put the earbuds back in, or what is that, noise-canceling earbuds, and cancel out the noise from outside of you and live for what your soul is calling. There was a time when I had a spiritual epiphany and that slowly moved me into this journey at the end of a 14-year relationship. But I remember my children, telling me, "Rocks don't talk, Mom." And I would always respond, "This one does," because I wasn't allowing the naysayers to pull me down, and I continued to move forward with it. But I remember when I was learning through a 9-month course, Intuitive Development, that she said one thing: do whatever it takes. That was as if the whole entire room just filled full of white light. And I wrote it down huge, all the way across both pages. Do whatever it takes. And I'm not talking pushing people out of the line so you get forward, but it's an internal do whatever it takes. And when I owned that in my entire room, I'm not kidding you, it was as if that shifted me completely. I said, I will do whatever it takes. So I would wake up at 5 in the morning. I was a single mother with 2, younger teenagers. And I'd wake up at 5 and do an hour meditation. And then, and still have to pick them up, take them to school, get them ready, get their lunches and all that, go my 9 to 5, come home. And then as I got through learning, I got on a psychic website for 5 years. And I would do that and work my job, my 40-hour job, and work till 1 or 2 in the morning on a psychic website for 5 years because I knew I needed to practice, and I didn't have that many people to practice with. Plus, my family thought I was crazy, and every time I told my sister I was psychic, she laughed. And I said, that's okay. You'll stop laughing one day. I didn't let the naysayers take me down. I did whatever it took. And I continued, and I continued, and I continued. And the number one thing is I trusted within myself. I didn't need the others to, attaboy, good, keep going, girlfriend. I just needed me to keep doing that. So I'm going to clear some stuff around fear of money, of being taken down, of, I just heard worshiping money. So, and that's okay, whatever that means. But and letting yourself be free to move into whatever that looks like and making a decision. I thought, and Barb, I'm going to tell you, I thought when I first started this that I was going to be a medium. I'm not going to go into the whole story because it's pretty long because I hadn't experienced that. That's a healing process. And having a last message, I want to be a medium. And I thought that. But it took me on a huge journey that I went completely around the world and back. And I ended up starting with intuitive development. And the last thing I added on was mediumship, which opened up after my clairvoyance and audience and sentience and then, doing the psychic readings and, and doing whatever else that I was doing back then. But I did not get frustrated or angry that I was being paused at any one moment. I chose to say that, everything I'm learning and gaining, I'm going to be using no matter what. Even in corporate world, the things that I learned there, I'm using now. So I want you to understand to not get frustrated on if you feel like there's a pause. If there's a pause, use the time wisely. What else can I learn while I'm manipulating or moving into the direction? And then what you'll do is you'll find out that maybe what you thought you were going to start with may end up just being an extra and you're doing something else. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Who did you do your intuitive development with?
Christine Marie Sheldon.
Christy Marie Sheldon? I never heard of her.
Yeah. No, she's pretty big on Mind Valley, but she doesn't do the training like we got the first one from her. She's really good. but I teach intuitive development, but only on a one-on-one basis. I don't do group.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you can go to my website, which is my name, terriechristine.com, and take a look at everything I have to offer. So anyway, let me go ahead and do some clearings on what we were just talking about, fears of, so that you can feel more confident moving in. And same thing with Mary, so she can feel more confident with moving forward with her life, getting out of her head and moving forward in her heart. So everyone take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from feeling fully connected to higher self, source, light, or God, connected to within your soul, connected to your mind, body, and spirit, connected that you always have the answer. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from cutting all cords, ties, binds, chains, slamming all doors, and closing all windows and sealing all cracks, that you no longer have to feel that something is holding you back because you are ready, willing, and able. Now everybody repeat after me. I am ready, willing, and able to move forward. That's right. To move forward with ease and grace, ease and grace, ease and grace. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from knowing your soul is calling, so answer the phone. It's saying, we are ready, willing, and able. I'm here to help you, guide you, move you forward. It's now time to allow it. Yes, that's right, Mary, allow it. I know Barbara's on the phone, but I'm talking to Mary too. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from being the shining light, like a bug light, and everything just magically comes to you. Trust it and know it. Be happy and free. That's right. It's time to play like kids again, my friends. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Take a deep breath in through your nose, everyone, and out through your mouth. How you feeling, girl?
I feel good. I do. I feel good. And I really felt like there was just something blocked, and I want to work with dogs and horses. And, well, actually it's going to be with people too, but I'm starting out with, like you said, medium at the end. It's kind of funny because I'm very similar, where everybody tries to push the mediumship with me, and I'm more of the intuition portion. And it'll bring me, just like what you just said, it'll bring me to that.
So then my question is, which I love the fact and how you said it, I want to work with dogs and horses. You were very clear. It was very slow and methodical. So why are you not taking an animal communication class?
I did. And I have done energy healing.
Right. Then why aren't you focusing on that? Why aren't you gaining clients? Why aren't you playing in the dog park?
Because and that is an excuse either. I've had a lot of health issues, and to be honest with you, today is the first day that I've actually felt better. I mean, like never before. It's been years, a long time.
Wow. Where do you live?
In Illinois.
In Illinois, okay. Well, I can help you remotely. There's no time and space. As you're seeing, I'm picking things up. You can always go to my website, take a look there, and reach out, and I can help you in a profound way. But the one thing I want to tell you is that, and you already know it, but I'm going to share it with the audience, is animal communication is telepathic. And I understand that you're having health concerns and challenges, but you can work out of your home and call your girlfriend and say, okay, I want to play with your dog. And that can lift you out of the space of not feeling so great to feel and empower and lift your body and saying, I'm moving forward, even though you're at home and might be sitting down. And that's just a suggestion.
So we invite you and everybody, right, Terrie Christine, to get out of procrastination by doing fun. So just do it little. Just like you suggested, Terrie Christine, is call the person and say, let me play with your dog. Or if you're good in design, ask your friends if you can go and do some home design in their houses. It's just doing. Correct, Terrie?
That's correct. You got to just, even if it's baby steps, So, when the person isn't feeling good, the first thing they say to themselves, I want to feel better, I want to feel better. But then their body's saying it doesn't feel good. So then you have to take yourself out of your head, and what's the best thing to do is think about or do something else. And since she is trained to be an animal communicator and has taken a course, to be able to work from home, still maybe not feel good, but call some people or have some people call her, friends, everybody will do it for free for a minute so you can practice. But when you're practicing, you're going, oh my gosh, I just did that. That feels good. My body is responding to me saying I feel good. I did it again. Oh my God, this is great. I'm feeling better. So do you see, I'm standing up and I just took 2 steps. That's telling me, just by that is telling me you're moving forward and you're getting out of procrastination. It just takes these little things to do instead of sitting here going, well, I'm not feeling good, so I'm not going to do that. And, I don't have that much money, so I'm not going to do that. But there's other ways around it. So I hope that helps.
Thank you. So now let's go to Mexico. Let's bring Nuri to the show.
Is she there?
Yes. Hello, Terrie. How are you?
Hi, sweet. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I
haven't
two
talked to you in
questions.
a while.
First of all, we talked about a year ago, and you told me that I have a block in abundance in something I lived when I was 11 years old. I have been working in myself with all the people around me, my sons, my father, and all that, and I'm really feeling very good about myself. But I want to know what's next for me.
What's next for me? So what I heard, you repeated what I told you the last time we talked, which was a while ago, that I said you have a block in abundance when you were 11 years old. So did you work on yourself? Have you changed anything? Are you viewing money differently?
It has been coming in a better way, but it's not real open as I would like it to be. But I know that there's things that have been changing because my son came back to live with me. I feel better
I can't hear
with
Claudia.
myself.
You cannot hear her?
No, she was a lot of feedback. Something was feeding back. I couldn't hear what she was saying.
Okay, so pretty much she said that it is not opening up as much as she wanted to be, but there are some things that have changed in her life, like her children have moved back to live with her. So what is it there that she needs to release now to be able to increase that abundance?
So before the feedback that I was hearing, I heard the first sentence was, has gotten a little better, however, and then that's when she went into what you just told me. So
yes.
For me, it's telling me she is working on herself, because even a little is a lot. Do you understand that here's a perfect example, and I love this example. When a person has a $100 bill in one hand and a dollar bill in the other, but then there's a pair of shoes that they want. And those pair of shoes may be a designer, let's say Jimmy Choo, or I can't think of another designer right now, but Jimmy Choo. And those shoes are very expensive. And so the person thinks, oh, I have to use my $100 before I use my $1. So $100 in their eyes is more valuable by $1. But then, if you think about this, then they really want these shoes, and they go to a yard sale, and lo and behold, these shoes, just like what they wanted, just slightly used, everyone was selling everything for $1. So do you see that $1 has the same value as $100? It's just what we think the value we're placing upon it that gives us more, which is not true. So we don't want to deplete any little thing because it's just as valuable as what she's saying that she wants more of, meaning more flow of abundance because now things have shifted. But now that things have shifted, we want to place the value on the beginning that things have shifted. Let's everybody clap for her. Yay, because she worked on herself and made something happen. Plus, and probably cleared some stuff there to help her move on her merry way. So now what's going on is that you have many different factors. And then when you have many different factors in with other people, those individuals are presenting themselves as roadblocks or opportunities to clear some of the things that are keeping you from. And so that's a pretty broad question that when you were asking me, I guess you're just saying at this point, I've worked on myself, I worked on myself. Communication is your thing too because my throat got just condensed. I've worked on myself and now I want more. And good for you. Yes, yes, yes. Expand into infinite beingness, right? So, okay, give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me connect to you, Lovey. Okay, I got it. So when you were in your early 20s or right at about 20, right at 20, that can be a space where we're on our, we're out, we're working, or we're in college and working in college, something about working. And then I feel as if you were working for more than one person, my love, and I know I'm on it because I can feel it. And that money you are generating, or let's call it abundance, because I like to use that word better. That abundance that you're generating because of whatever the situation was, I feel as if you had to spread it out. And now what's happening is that now that you've been able to move forward and desiring to create more abundance, when it becomes more, can trigger then I have to do more for others. Oh my God, I'm on it. I can feel it. And so that can be a big point of energetic procrastination because the more I receive, the more I have to help others. Now, I'm not saying that we should not help it. That's not the key point here. But the key point is that it can cause a person to feel like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of pressure, and my soul knows that, and my soul's saying, I don't know if I want to do that again, and that's why we're like, oh, wow. So I want you to ask her, because I can't hear her because there was such feedback. Ask her, how does that feel and resonate, and then I'll clear on it.
I think it's really. I like how you said that I feel pressure. That's something I think I feel with the money. I feel pressure. That's a very good thing how you say it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I noticed, so also, my love, that when a person responds with the word I think, maybe, might, it's a natural response. However, it's a disconnect from trusting yourself. You don't have to think what I said resonated. You know. So my number one thing for you and everyone else listening is eliminate the word think from your vocabulary, like right now. It takes an effort, a very strong effort, because we naturally say it, but when you hear it, just pull it back and replace it with I know, I am. You don't have to say I think I am or I think maybe, might, I am. So so she's saying it resonates. Fantastic. I'm glad. So, and they can put a form of pressure to think, okay, man, I got to do this, or I want it, or, So let's clear the pressure, the pressure cooker, the feeling that we're going to be overcooked. Oh my gosh, there it is. So everyone take a big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Yes. I feel like Claudia needs this too. It's always for you, Bubby. It's always for you to do this with us. I love you. You're a superwoman too. All right, everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from just turning off the fire, let it burn on its own. Just allow things to transpire. Just allow it to flow. Just know that you don't have to force it, be it, do it, live in fear with it. Turning off the pressure. Take the kettle off the stovetop. No longer feeling like you have to bubble over or what's that word, squeal like a tea kettle. Delete, 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 delete. Across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from knowing with all your might, you look in the sky and just say, thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for all that is. Thank you for my abundance. Thank you for what is around me. Thank you for creation. Thank you for allowing me to create, and that you're saying it to yourself as well. So when you say it and you're looking up at the sky, you're feeling it inside, because we are one with source energy. God is not separate from us. We are one. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from knowing. You no longer have to see it to believe it. You just have to know. So own it, girl. Own it. My abundance is here. I'm fully grateful and honored to be here in its presence. I'm here to receive all that is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So it sounds like we need to supersize into more gratitude. Now, I know that you're grateful. I know you're grateful for your family, your friends, your life, and everything around you and what you've created. But I want you to be a little bit more grateful for the tiny things, the wheels on your car, right? And when someone comes to a stoplight and they're not going forward, we can do a little beep, but to thank them for clearing the way so that the intersection is clear for the rest of us. Instead of being angry at them for being on the phone, they just cleared the way so we can move through safely. I heard a ha-ha with everybody on that one. And to know that we can be more grateful for the things that can irritate us because we're looking at the negative versus the positive. Just like I explained with the people, that the car right in front of us, clearing the way at the intersection, right? Everywhere and anywhere that's keeping you from all of that and more. Dive in deep into the gratitude, looking around, the things you created, the things you bought, the sofa you may be sitting on, the chair you're sitting on. You bought it. You created it. It's there. You chose it, or however it ended up being there. The food you ate this morning that nourished you. Thank you, Mother Earth, for nourishing my body. Thank you for allowing me to wear these clothes, me to me. That's right. Thank you, walls, for protecting me from the environment. Thank you, computer and internet, for allowing me to be here because I want to and I desire this. Yes, I know you all got that right there. Uncreate, transmute, and vaporize across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. Take a deep breath in, everyone, and out through your mouth with love and joy, feeling free, welcoming your abundance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Free, free, free. I love that. Okay, so now let's go with this, probably the last caller of today, 917. Welcome to CVU. Can I have your first name and where are you calling us from? Hello? Caller 917, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you give me your first name and where are you calling us from and your question
Timothy.
for Terrie?
Sure, Timothy, calling from New York.
Hi, Timothy. It's Terrie. How can I help you?
Hey, Terrie, how you doing? I was listening, and I'm certainly going to listen on the replay. I suffer from extreme procrastination. But most of it is because it's like a cycle of I want to do something different, trying to bring some abundance in. I'm asking my guides. Not exactly sure what. That kind of leads me to kind of inaction because I'm not sure what. So I've just been in this cycle, but I've been grounding, asking for spirit to assist me along, trying to keep the vibration up, shall I say. I know it all starts with me, so I'm not trying to give into the fear and just trying to put positive vibes out. If you have any tips, messages from spirit, greatly appreciated.
So thank you, Timothy. We usually have women, and I always love when a beautiful masculine presence comes to us. So thank you so much. So really very interesting. I love the way I was feeling you. I heard, now I go right for the limiting belief, and I asked where was it created. I heard mom, but I was seeing dad. So it's telling me that you were hearing things from mom and dad, and you were seeing things from dad. So it could be like mom saying, honey, go take out the trash, and then dad just sitting there. And then mom's, So, and it can be as simple as that because you know that when we are creating these limiting beliefs, they're not emotionally or physically created, meaning your parents don't have to be emotionally and physically abusive to you. They can simply be by the pattern so simple around you. So I know when what you're doing is you're like, oh, I'm procrastinating because, I'm doing so many things. No, you're not. You can still do 100 different things and not be a procrastinator. Yeah.
Indeed.
Believe me, I do it. And I'm not a procrastinator. I'm doing 100 different things. But I feel as if both your parents, between what your mother was saying and how your dad was acting, was like a blueprint. Oh, I heard a blueprint for disaster. So did you find that a little bit going on in your household?
Yes, I did. I was telling my mother the other day, obviously she doesn't remember, but I was telling her, I said, you told me when I was a kid, like, hey, you're born poor, you're going to die poor. I said, I think that just put some limiting beliefs on me, that I'm still trying to move past from.
That's right. So if you're hearing that from her, now think about it. We're baby souls that come into a body, and all we want is love, nurturing, protection, and then and reality, the truth. And then so they're showing us and telling us the complete opposite. They may be providing some things that are strong to us, so our strengths, but then they're also providing the weaknesses of their own limiting beliefs upon us. And that's the only thing that we have gained and known because that's been our reality within those four walls. And so you'll have somebody else down the street that their parents are saying, you can do everything, you can do whatever you want, you can fly, you can jump, and they're doing it, and they're free. And they live on the same street. And they have different ideas. We're not a one-size-fits-all, not a single one, not even anybody in your same household, because it's how they're choosing because their soul is deciding what it is and what they're calling for. So if you could, and for the mom and dad thing, and I would love to dive deeper with this, so that you can reach out to me separately or go to my website and take a look. But, to be able to focus on mom first, because you were hearing a lot of it. Hearing always to most is what we label as truth, and that is the farthest from the truth. But then writing down, for you, I think you need to, there's the C thing with dad. So write down a list of the things that mom said, just like you mentioned. And then one by one, just look at it and say, that is the biggest lie I have ever heard in my life. And then putting it in a basket as a feeling of a ball of light. And visualize throwing it in a basket. Take a couple hours doing this and distract close the doors. Don't get distracted by what's around. So turn your phone off. like this is a total concentration project. Fill that basket and energetically give it back to her and look at her face when you're visualizing her. And she'll probably be very surprised. And you're just going to say, I love you so much that all of this is not even mine. I've been holding it for you, and I'm tired of holding it, so here it is. It's all yours. And then take a breath, ground yourself, bring in your guides, and have them celebrate, and then do it with your dad. But you're going to write that list of what you saw, not what you heard. Mom is going to be what you heard. Dad is going to be what you saw. Do the same thing, and let me tell you, it's going to shift your life because you're already halfway there.
Okay, I really appreciate it. I will start this today.
Oh, absolutely. You're going to start it as soon as we hang up. That's how it works. I love you so much. Thank you for coming and joining the fun with us.
You got it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I'll be in touch.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. I look forward to it, Timothy.
And Terrie Christine, we have 4 minutes. We have just one question in the chat room. Do you want to go through that before we say goodbye?
Yep, because my next client's not till 1:15, and I know we're over at 1, so I got a few minutes. Go right ahead.
Okay, so this is from Sandia, and she is in the island of Mauritius, which is in Asia somewhere. And she says, I would like to ask why my new boss, Mrs. S, is so triggered by me. I am doing my job well. I seem to attract such energies, and I don't understand why. Thank you.
So I immediately know that you're triggering her mom issues. So here you are, beautiful being, sitting in your chair, and your boss walks up, and if her mother feeling or same actions, you could just be sitting there with your head a certain way, and you're going to trigger her mom stuff. She's not going to like you because she has her own stuff within her. I have to say, I have, because I dive so deep, that when, and I don't want you to think this, Timothy, because I know you're still with us, but men that, because you're working on yourself, Timothy, so you're a special one, but many men struggle with this type of work because you've got to dive deep, and vulnerability is a challenge for masculine energy. Not all, I just said some. And so I trigger them from their mother stuff. And so when guys come, they're like push back and all that stuff. And so when you see these type of triggers from other people that don't even know you, and you do your best to try to smile at them and do your best and meet your deadlines, and you just don't understand why they don't like you, it's because you are triggering, in this case, her mother issues. Her mother, the lack of, hold on, I can connect to her. Hold on really quick. Let me see. Lack of mother. Her mother was very forceful. Her mother was so forceful that she's like, I'm not letting anybody push me around, so it's my turn to be the boss. Ooh. And so she's going to start pushing people around because she was pushed around, and it's almost a way of getting even with that feminine energy. No one's going to tell me what to do, or no one's going to do it better than me, or not better than me, but no one's going to be over me. Be over me. That's, over me. So she's challenged if your work is better than hers. She's challenged if you have an answer that's better than hers. And she's challenged with even if you appear to be more than her. You're challenging her in that respect. Oh, my God, just let me know that. I know I'm on it. I can feel it. Put it in the chat before we hang up here because I want to know.
Yes, she says, Yes, she says, I couldn't understand why she hates me. It's hard for me. I hope she heals her issues. She is challenged indeed.
Oh, most definitely. And the situation here is that until she's ready to address that her mom, within that back and forth, you could be so beautiful and wonderful, but if you respond with an answer that seems to be the answer that she didn't know, then she's going to continually hate you because you're over her. I am so sorry with that situation.
Is
Move
there
your desk
anything
to
that I
another
can
room.
do?
That's what I said. Move your desk to another room.
Avoid her. So just get out of her way.
Yeah, just even if you know it, if it helps her, you know what I would do, sweetheart, is help her. So that if you say something that she didn't know and she responds in a negative way, she says, you know what, why don't you just use that for yourself? Go take that to the boss. Sort of give her, but be careful because then she's coming to you and then she'll be using you for a notch up. But in this case, if you're trying to get her off your back, you can give her a few, brownie points and then back off. But that way she can see that you really do care about her and try to get the triggers to stop.
And thank you, Sandia, for using the chat room, and let us know how that goes. Okay, Terrie, so we are at the end, and I know you have an appointment. So is there an end sentence, something else that you want to say or tell us before we say goodbye?
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you so much. I usually do the topics after Power Stream. Now, Power Stream is an online group energy clearing. I do it the first of every month. But because we had that tornado here and then we had to change my last, special appearance here, that this Stop the Procrastination is actually July's topic for Power Stream. So now it's an hour long, it's live, it's only $33, my friends, but I'm giving you clearings. We're focusing on deep on the topic. We have, it's interactive. So go to my website, and if you want more on this and you're challenged, it's really inexpensive, and you're joining a crowd of like-minded people. And we're going to dive deeper into, stop watering the dead flowers, and we'll clear the hell out of what's going on. And you will also get the recording with that. And you can listen and listen over and over again, because just like Clavia said at the beginning, is that the recording is just as powerful as the live. And also tomorrow night, Love and Marriage DC. Please watch it. It's on the OWN network, which is the Oprah Winfrey Network. I am now on the show with them. And you can also find me on my website, which is my name, Terrie Christine. I will be doing an IG Live next week, Monique Samuels. And so keep following me. Every platform, follow me. I'll be all over the place. I love you all. I'm very, truly grateful. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.
Thank you, Terrie. Goodbye.